Hey everyone, and welcome to the Max. I am in bed with Laurel Preston, who plays Diana in Lend Me a Tenor. So yeah, we are on stage on set, hanging out. How are you today, Laurel?
I'm good. How are you, Brennan?
I'm doing all right. So I like to start out my interviews with telling people how we met. So how did we meet?
Technically, that would have been in Les Mis.
Yeah.
It was when we spoke.
Yeah.
I think I met you briefly, at something in Barb's house.
Probably. But yeah, I think
Where I got to know you because you were the pimp to my whore.
Yes, I was the pimp to her whore in
our
Les Mis.
In our very efficient enterprise of the dogs.
Yes. So, but I feel like we've known each other forever now.
I do too.
I'm so glad that our friendship was so quick.
Yes, theater does that to people.
It does. Theater brings us together. So
New family.
Yes, new family. So let's talk about Lend Me a Tenor, because that's the point of this vlog.
Okay.
Let's talk about your character Diana. Can you explain to our viewers who Diana is and what she brings to the story?
Diana is the soprano who has the lead in the show Otello with Tito Morelli.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to play his Desdemona, and she is ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
She would like to be a star, and they are, of course, being in an opera company in Cleveland, not a lot of opportunities, so she sees this one-time performance with Tito Morelli as her chance at the big time, and she's going to do whatever she has to do with whatever tools are available to her to see that happens.
Okay. Good. There we go. That's good. That's a good description. Good tease. So our characters have a little bit of interaction.
They do.
I don't want to give too much away to our viewers, but yeah, we have an interesting scene together.
We do. Well, okay. I think without giving away too many spoilers, she sort of conveys her plan discreetly to Max in an attempt to get him on her side and help her achieve her goal.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
There we go.
Without giving too much away.
So, do you have, so is there any way that you relate to your character at all, or is she just completely not even you're just putting on?
Well, in the part that people will see and probably take away from it, I really hope not. But I can identify with the whole, she was from of course, this is all how I imagine Diana was, that she probably came from a small town and worked her way to the big city of Cleveland, and felt restless and unsatisfied. And I can identify with that. I felt that way in my 20s and moved to a big city to embrace life and see what else was out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Diana ever would, but I found contentment and came home. So I don't know that would be in Diana's future, but I can identify with the whole, restless, I want my chance at the big time. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a foot in the door and I'll take it from there.
Awesome. So this is, we've talked about Tenor, we've briefly mentioned Les Mis, and you've done theater for, forever, right? Forever,
Forever with large hiatus in between. My first show was at LTC. I shouldn't say my first show, I did theater in high school. But my first, what felt like a more professional production was at LTC when I was a student in 1990. We did.
That was the year I was born. Let's make you feel a little bit old. Sorry.
Yes, that's lovely.
Sorry.
That's okay, but I was in an Arthur Miller play, very serious, very deep, very dark. I don't know if many of our viewers would have seen it, but it was called All My Sons. And it was a very serious, very gut-wrenching show, as is Arthur Miller as a rule.
Yeah.
But I had the opportunity to work with Doc Runyon, was our director, and helped cast me. And Jolie, his daughter, it was one of her first directing things. Or I take that back, he didn't direct. Jolie directed it, and he was the patriarch in the show.
Okay.
And I played a neighbor, and it was the first time I ever learned that it was fun to play someone other than who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I was 19, and I was cast by Jolie as a middle-aged woman who was very discontented with her life and
Mhm.
very bitter and took it out on things. And at 19, you don't have a lot of frame of reference for that.
I would
so it was
imagine so.
definitely so it was a good challenge, and it was a lot of fun to play something outside the box, or at least at the time. And that's when I kind of realized that I don't have to play somebody who's my age and
Mm-hmm.
my personality. It's more fun to play something that's not. So that was my first experience, and then I went away and did more stuff behind the scenes. And then
Mhm.
when I moved back after living in Atlanta for 12 years, first show I was in was again by Arthur Miller, The Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
When they asked why I waited so long between shows, I said I was just waiting for him to do another Arthur Miller play. But yeah, and
He's a classic.
he is a classic. He is very dark and twisty, but a classic.
Uh-huh.
And since then I've kind of either been on stage or behind the scenes ever since.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I've enjoyed it. My favorite role has been Truvy and Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
She'll always have a special place in my heart
Uh-huh.
because I do good hayo. But it's been a lot of fun. I've loved every minute of every bit of it in
Mhm.
different ways.
I think you kind of answered my next question with the Truvy.
Yeah.
That's her name. But is there a type of character that you is there a type of show or type of character that you would rather play above like the rest? Like more comedic, more dark, more that kind of thing? Does that make sense?
It does. I like comedies
Uh-huh.
because I like to think personality-wise I make people
Mhm.
laugh easily. But then I think, well, comedy should be more of a challenge. I have a bucket list role.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to be Maggie and Cat in the Hot Tin Roof.
Oh, that's a good
Because
show.
it is drastically different.
Uh-huh.
It's not funny. It's not empty-headed.
Mhm.
It's very deep, very emotional.
Mhm.
That's the bucket list. But if I had my druthers, I'd always do a comedy, or be the comic relief at least.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So we're about halfway through the tenor rehearsal process. Our show opens in about 2 weeks, a little over. So, as the show's rapidly approaching, is there something that you're looking forward to the most between now and our closing date?
It's gonna sound really petty, but I'm looking forward to when we start in costumes, because in any show I've ever done, when we get in costume, that's when I feel the
Mhm.
character complete.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing about 75% of the character until it's
Mhm.
full shebang, and then
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. You know, most shows aren't. Most shows that we do or I've done, I haven't been in like traditional like street clothes, like
Right.
modern day stuff,
Right.
and so like you said, it's kind of like the final touch. You finally
It's like,
get
okay,
there.
now I'm Diana.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel that way when I try it on. It's,
Uh-huh.
oh, okay, now I'm her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, yeah. Is there anything else that you want to tell our viewers, tell the world about our show?
Other than the fact that it's fabulous, both visually and witty written, very cleverly written. I like to think it'll be one of those shows that people think we're insanely funny and clever, because it's a good sign that we did our jobs well,
Mhm.
because really it's the writing. But
I mean, it's not us being like super talented.
it's not like we made it all
We're
up.
just like we're like really talented guys. So
We
you should just
are.
like really come see us because it's all us.
We are very talented, don't get me wrong, but it's not improv.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I'm not the best at improv, and so I mean, as you can probably see by some of the things that have happened in rehearsal. But
But it could be if we, that's always the fun of live theater, is when
Uh-huh.
you get on, you can know your lines front and back 27,000 times and in front of an audience. Invariably, it will happen. You will forget where you are and what you're supposed to say next,
Mhm.
and you'll get a deer in the headlights look, and all you can do is just fake it and keep going.
Yep.
So with any luck, you guys won't spot that.
hopefully, that's not gonna happen.
No, it won't.
Definitely not. So
Because we're professionals.
we're so professional. Okay, well, I think that's a good note to end on, don't you think so?
I think so.
All right, awesome. Make sure you come check out our show. We open on October 17th. 17th, 18th, 19th, 24th, and 25th.
Yes.
So come check us out. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.